Hey guys, how's it going? May 23rd, 2021. Eh, I'm tired. I have, it's kind of weird. Niagara can be an interesting place at times, and it can be really tired and boring. Yesterday was, we had one surprise. It's a long weekend here for us here in Canada, Ontario. I don't know if every province gets it. I'm pretty sure we do. Not positive on that one, but it's it's been a good one. So yesterday wasn't that busy. CP wasn't running much of anything, so it was you know I think we managed to get 422, which was a little odd because it was late. Everything was late yesterday. 422 was late. Everything going to Fort Erie was late. So we originally planned on doing the long day yesterday. That didn't happen. We ended up calling it early and headed back and just said, okay, well, we're not going to wait around because 5:31 was really late getting out. I think it was around 7:30 or something like that, and I think NS either. I have a funny feeling they went back late power because tonight in Fort Erie it was nuts, and I didn't quite expect it. It was kind of weird. We got our but what we did see yesterday was out of all that waiting around for stuff, we wound up seeing NS 911. I was like, what in the world? My son was joking about it. Wouldn't it be something if there was a one of the what do you call those units? Special units, I guess. I'm so tired right now. It's like I was gonna say, what was it?
Fort Erie.
Classics. Oh, do I still have my dispatch board on? Yeah, I probably do. I think that's NS. Oh no, NS is ahead of him. There. Okay, never mind. He finally left. We were watching him. Now he's got 911 on the head end right now. That's NS 369 heading back, or the Wabash heading back right now. I believe that's five. That should be 539 coming in behind him. But I was good. We were going to wait around for 539 to come out, and we just we were at Port Robinson. We weren't sure if he had the light or if he was still doing up the customs or whatever. But we just at that point it was getting close to 11 o'clock. I just figured, yeah, might as well get you back by 11, and then I'll just wind down for the evening. But I don't know what I was thinking. I'll get to it. Don't worry, my brain is one of those right now where it's just like it's been such a long day. I think we've been out there since let's put 12 hours in. We put in at least 11. Um, and I mean in Niagara, you basically you're sometimes you're just twiddling around for a while, just waiting. Um, but I always find the interchange is always interesting in Niagara. I always find the mix of CP, CN. Uh, I don't think Port Colborne Harbor was running. Yeah, they ran yesterday. We kind of missed him. The weather wasn't as good yesterday. It wasn't as sunny today, but it was there was a nice breeze. It was a little bit cooler. Um, so everything was nice for flying. It was really really good day. In fact, I'm getting a lot of dust on my drone, so I gotta watch it because I don't want to get the dust into the batteries because that'll be the worst thing that can happen. But anyways, I was saying, what do I call it? Commemorative units. I don't know what I'm talking about. Classic units, fallen flags. It's not a fallen flag though. 911 is just a special paint job he came across yesterday. I thought, okay, this is cool. And we're seeing him come across and doing the interchange and all that, and he was just waiting around. So we went back to Port Robinson to see what was coming on, like what was happening, because everything was all backed up, because I think with the long weekend and that. Today they had very little. So 5:31 came out at fairly normal time, maybe a little bit later, but he came back as five. But he hardly had anything on him, but Fort Erie Yard was all plugged up, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, NS must have went back light power eventually because he got sick of waiting, or I don't know what they do with their arrangements sometimes, because I know they call a lot of times ahead of time between NS and CN, I guess. I don't know if it's through the train master or through Port Robinson directly, as far as when they're coming across. But a lot of times NS is just sitting around there, and they'll sit around for a while, and then eventually they just go back. It's kind of weird, but it was interesting. So we saw today. It was one of those days too where we saw a lot of different things. Now I'm gonna show you all of this tomorrow. There's a lot of video. There's a lot of interesting video. I didn't do any ships. This has been all trains. The whole weekend, whether it be some yard operations. Pardon my ATCS just going off on me, but yeah. So this was interesting because 9/11 came back tonight. I'm thinking to myself that this is odd. I didn't expect one of those units to be hanging around Buffalo that long, but it was just like he was on the Wabash again tonight. And I'm thinking, okay, well, whatever. But there was a CP train that was coming, and I was like, I didn't know where he was either, because I'd heard him coming in. I heard him that he was coming. Actually, no, I first heard him in the early afternoon. He was over at Kinnear, because there was a northbound, and the northbound was the first one we saw, the first CP we saw of the day. We rushed out to out by Boyne, I think it was, out by Highway 20 there. This northbound, he's got like one unit and like 4 cars on him. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, okay, that's interesting. So we went all the way out that way just to try to catch him, because we were thinking it might have been the late intermodal heading north, but we got out there late, so we came all the way back. It didn't matter, 531 or 562 was building 531, 539, doing his thing, and it worked out okay, because by the time I had heard about this train was coming south, I think it was 546 or 536, I can't remember the number. Nice size train though, but it was strange though, because he had a light. I was watching ATCS. He had a light to come over, and then they must have took it away. I cannot hear. I don't know what it is with the radio for CN. It's odd. I can hear the CP, even though the CP line. I don't know if they have a tower in Stevensville still. They used to. The VHF tower, you used to hear it, but for whatever reason my scanner cannot pick up the dispatcher end of CN in Fort Erie, but yet I can hear CP's in it. I heard this train had cleared. I was pretty sure I heard him clear the Brookfield East. Called dispatch, cleared his limits at Brookfield East, so he's off CP territory. And we saw a light. I'm like, okay, this is cool, because I was expecting him to come, because 531 was ahead of him. Did his thing, and he did his little drop at. I think he backed into Fort Erie. We weren't at that point. We caught 531 just before we went to grab some supper in Welland. Came back around, And then I was like, oh, okay, the CP's coming. This is great. And we're getting all set up and ready, thinking the CP's coming. And all of a sudden, the light they took away the light because I'm watching ATCS and I'm not hearing the dispatch, so I don't know what's going on. And obviously there's no crews in the area, so I don't know. I can't figure out what's going on because I can't hear the dispatch end. I thought I heard something on CP's channel for a bit, and that was it. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird because I was thinking something's going on with CP. But I didn't know what happened. I should have. It was kind of weird because I got to speak to the conductor tonight, and I told him, told him, because he saw the 911 unit. I'll get to that in a second. So what had happened? We're at Fort Erie, and then NS is coming across, but then they finally put CP. The problem with Fort Erie, because of everything getting screwed up on CN's side. Fort Erie was just backed up big time. They had it looked like 2 or 3 days worth of NS traffic, maybe 2 days. I don't know about three, but they had 3 tracks of NS traffic, and there was nowhere for 369 to go when he got in. And I saw the dispatch. It was kind of weird. I was watching it. And, they had a light, then they ran time on it one way, then they ran time on the other way. I could tell they were running time because whenever you have a signal and you take away the signal, it starts running time. So I think it runs for about 5 minutes. And it was great because I got in position. I thought I saw him first. He got lined up to the north track. Or was he lined up on the main? I can't remember. I think he was lined up on the north track and I thought to myself, okay, he's lined up on the north track. Then I saw CP was lined up on the main. I thought, okay, this is cool. CP was still nowhere near the approach of Duff. We could get that. We could still monitor that from our ATCS, and we took a look at the ATCS, and all was actually no. I got in position as he was coming across the international bridge, was over the water, got a nice shot of it. All of a sudden, he stopped. I'm thinking at first I thought he was going into 99 because I knew the north track was plugged up, and I guess he wasn't too sure what was going on because they told him to go down the north. Well, the north was plugged up. The only thing that was open was track 99. And then they took that away and brought him through the yard on the south. The south track was the only track that was open. Just the yard was full, so they wanted to drop off their cars in 99. But I guess they weren't going through 99. I don't know why they don't go through 99, but they didn't want to go through 99, so deal with the derails and all that other stuff. So they eventually ran time on that, went through the south side. By the time that happened, I thought, okay. Then I knew CP was coming. I thought, okay, I'm going to get in position here. I'm going to get him coming off the bridge. Let's go over there. So I go to Emmett and I says, let's just go over there. We'll get a shot of him coming across. And we got, the lighting wasn't perfect. The sun was starting to go down. I probably should have done it from the other side, now that I think about it. But I was able to get a really, really good video of CP coming in and holding at Fort Erie there off the main. He was holding the main, and the Wabash came into the siding, south siding at Fort Erie there. So that was cool. And yeah, I was, like I said, I was speaking to a conductor there, and I said Sunday night. I'm in my days confused because it's a long weekend, but tomorrow night I'll have everything up. I'll go through the whole thing tomorrow. So I'll have a nice little live stream again. Probably much earlier than this, I'll tell you that, because I'll be back to work for a few days. But yeah, yeah, we'll do that tomorrow evening after supper sometime. But yeah, this was kind of cool. So I was like, oh, okay, this is really getting good. So 562 had his meet. Expected NS 369 Wabash coming in through the yard. Did that. Boom. They get their light. They're finally out of there. I don't know how long they got delayed. They must have been held up at Robbins. I was thinking I couldn't tell because I could only see the ATCS at Duff and Fort Erie from my reception. So I assume they held him up at Robbins for a while there because he had been cleared for a long time back when we were having supper. So I don't know what happened. I was gonna ask, but yeah, wasn't really thinking of it at the time. I was just admiring the cool meat. And then we had another cool meet too. Was 530 came back, and he came back light power. I thought, well, this is weird. He went over. I think only had 11 cars after he dropped NS's lift, and he had like 11 cars going to south side of Buffalo, and I'm thinking to myself, whoa, he's coming back now? I knew he was going to come back early because he only had 11 cars going over there. He came back late power, and I think, oh, this is really interesting. So we got over towards the Duff side, and actually went up on top of the. We went on top of the subway there, and or what they call the subway there, which is just like a little tunnel that goes through the old yard. And we sat up there at Duff. I was able to basically trace the light power coming up. Oh, I forget. I had the NS first of all backing into 99. Got that. Was able to keep filming. Came back. Got the light power as he was the CN light power 530 as he was coming through, and of course I was pacing him down. First the NS got out of the way with 530's lift, came back down through the south again through the yard, and then 530 went ahead, got his lift and skedaddled. And like I said, and NS just left now, so he was there. Yeah, let's see, around sunset, right before he came. I think it was around 8:30 or something like that. I forget. So spent a good few hours in Fort Erie, but he had a lot. He had 3 tracks to lift, and he had a play around with waiting. He had the one meet. He got the right of way coming in into the yard there. CP, unfortunately, they had to wait again. Those guys were getting screwed left and right by the looks of it. But yeah, I guess them's the breaks. I don't know the whole story or what happened. Unfortunately, I can't hear the radio on the end. So who knows? Maybe I'll get stories. So I let the conductor know. Gave him my name, told my channel. So maybe he'll be in the comment section tomorrow, and maybe I'll get more information on that. But I didn't want to bug him at the time, so he was busy doing his inspection. So, yeah. So that was a fun night. So I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We got pretty much everything we wanted to do tonight. We were hoping to get 539 to come out. We were waiting for him. Same thing happened pretty much yesterday. Actually, 531 left. We were waiting for 531 to leave, let alone 539 to leave yesterday. We got home early before even 531 left, I think. But we were waiting for 539. We're going to catch him coming out of Port Robinson before heading in, and he's just heading across right now. I think he's probably there right now. Last I checked. Yep, he's just going through Black Rock right now. So that's the end of him. So yeah, I only get so when I'm in Fort Erie, we're switching between channels just to see Fort Erie and Duff. We can't even see them both at the same time. So I don't know what's happening at Robbins. I assume that CP train was sitting at the siding at Robbins. I don't know what happened, because when we came back through in the evening, look at the switch. This is the last train that went through CP, so that, I believe, was 562 CN coming back, because 546 or 546. Am I getting my trains ever? 246? I don't know. 246, 546. CP 246, I think it was. Forgive me, my CP numbers are bad. there's a lot more numbers to remember, and unfortunately I don't know all of them at this point, but I used to. But he had a proceed till mile 19, and the reason why he had 19 was 562 was first coming in. So I guess either he had to wait, but I doubt that. They probably got him off, and then after he probably got the CP out, gave him his proceed to Brookfield East, and that was the end of it. And then I assume he was at Robbins just waiting to this mess or whatever was happening with NS. I imagine Buffalo wasn't going to take him just because of the traffic over there, I assume. I don't know. I don't have the CSX channels on. I should. I have the NS channels, but I never listen to them. So, anyways, fun night. So it'll be fun going through all those videos. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. We'll see how it goes. But, anyways, holy crap! That's 20 minutes. So much for a quick update. I'm going to bed. Anyways, tomorrow night should have lots of video. Should be a lot longer. Should be some of the shots are good, some of the shots not so good, but we'll go through it all and try to work away. Oh yeah, we had a cool CP crew on local out of Welland too. I forget her name. I've heard her name before, and I cannot remember her name, and I feel bad about it because we were at Southern Yard, and they must know us with the little red Fiat falling around all over the place, and there was nothing going on. This I gotta tell you this story. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And she's like giving like the old toot sound. We were sitting there. I think it was Southern Yard. Yeah, I think it was Southern Yard. I'm pretty sure. So I thought that was funny. And I was like, okay, I didn't even have the drone up at that point, and I'm just curious. I was just curious, and then I'm thinking to myself, let's go over to the other side of the tunnel, and we'll get a good shot. So we got a good shot of the local heading back to Welland. We saw them last night, and he had like 2 or 3 cars. No, he had 2 cars. I think he had a tank car and he had a hopper heading down. He had a tank car and a hopper heading towards Niagara Falls, and that track takes forever. I don't know what the speed limit is. I think it's 15 or 20. Maybe it's 10. I really don't know, but it takes forever to get to Niagara Falls. It's like, oh, that's got to be a tough trip. Anyways, okay, guys, that's it. I'm going to bed. Like I said, I was. So.